Hi, welcome to my channel Ruby Stedman. Today I'll be teaching you how to crochet this beautiful cardigan or sweater. It's very easy to do. I hope you guys like it and give it a try. And here is the list of material you're gonna need to make it. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and click on the little bell. That way you get notification each time I upload a video. Remember, I make my videos in Spanish and English, so if you receive a Spanish video and you want to see it in English, go to the main page of my YouTube channel that you will find the English version in there. To make this sweater or cardigan, this is the yarn I'm gonna use is Caron latte cake. The color is coconut cream 5, 58% acrylic, 42% nylon, 250 grams. They recommend a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. I have these three here. I'm gonna use a 7 millimeter and 8 millimeter, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna use the 9 yet, because instead of increasing the size of the body, the lower part, with increasing the stitches, I'm gonna increase the size of the stitches. That will give a little bit more room. You're gonna need tapestry needle and scissor and buttons. I have these 6 here. I still don't know how many I'm gonna need. Okay, I already made this part of the cardigan. I'm ready to divide the sleeve and the body. I work so far with the number 7 hook. Now if you want to do this, this is a size large. If you want to do this one extra large and you don't want to change the amount of stitches, what you do, and instead of working this part with a 7 millimeter crochet hook, you're gonna start with an 8 millimeter crochet hook. And what I change from the 7 to the 8, you'll change from the 8 to the 9, okay, to a bigger size hook, and that will give you a bigger size piece. And so now I will show you how we're gonna do this part of our cardigan. I'm gonna start with a slip knot to do my chain of 60. And I forgot to mention, if you want to do this smaller, you can start with a smaller hook, a 6 millimeter or a 6.5. So you're gonna work until you have your 60 chains. Remember, it's only 60 chains because this yarn is bulky 5 and the hook is number 7, so it's little chains. So you have to make sure, if you don't have this yarn, that you have a 5 strand yarn. So you have a medium 4, you'll grab another one, thin one, and you'll add to that one to create the thickness of this one. So like that, you're going to continue until you have your 60 stitches. Here I have my 60 chains. Now we're going to chain 3 more. And you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then number 5 you're going to do your double crochet, and that count as the second double crochet, because the chain 3 counts as the first one that is on top of the first chain that it was the 60. Okay, and you have to do that like that, otherwise you'll have one extra double crochet. So counting that chain 3 as the first one, and you have the second one, you have to do 8 more for a total of 10. So you have 2, 3, 4, and that's a double crochet on each chain space. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now in number 11, you're going to do 2 double crochet in the same space, you're going to chain 2, In the next chain space you're going to do 2 double crochet, and at that you did the one of the front part and separated the shoulder. Now you're going to work on the first shoulder, so we already work in the first chain of 10. So now we have to work in the next 8 is a double crochet on top of each double crochet, and then number 9 the increase again, and this one will be 10. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now here is number 9. You're going to do the increase for that shoulder. So you're going to do 2 double crochet in the same space. You're going to chain 2. And in the next chain space, you're going to do the 2 double crochet for the back to separate the first shoulder and the back. And if you count in here, you'll have work in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And number 1 you have 2 double crochet, and then number 10 you have 2 double crochet. So now we want to work on now for the back. We have 18 chain space, so we work in the first one, so we have left 17, so we had to do an increase in the last one, so in number 17, so that means that we had to do 16 double crochet and number 17 and the increase. And that's a double crochet on each chain space, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Now in 17 we're going to do 2 double crochet in the same space. 1 and 2. So now you have your 18 stitches. You did 16 double crochet, and 17 you did 2 plus the first one, that is 18. Now you're going to chain 2, go to the next chain space and do 2 double crochet, and now we're going to work on our second shoulder of our piece, and it starts to look like this. Now we're going to work in the second shoulder, and exactly the same as the first one. You have 10 chain space. We already did the increase in the first one, so we have 9 left. We're going to work a double crochet in top of each chain space in the next 8, and then number 9 the increase again. Plus this one will be number 10. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and you only have to count in this one. After that, yes, just work in your stitches. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And number 9, you're going to do 2 double crochet in the same space, 1 and 2. You're going to chain 2, and in the next chain space you're going to do 2 double crochet, and then what you have left is 10 chain space to do 10 double crochet like the front on the other side. So I'll count the chains. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 chain left. That will give me 10 double crochet. Do those 10 double crochet, and we start in row number 2. It will look like this. Now we're gonna work in round 2, and what you're gonna do in this round, you'll repeat over and over until you have the right size for yourself. You have to try it on in your shoulder, that way you know the size. Okay, so I'm gonna chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Turn your work around. You're gonna work back and forth. So you go to the first double crochet, and inside the double crochet you're gonna do a double crochet right on top. See, when I do the double crochet, usually we do the double crochet in these through those 2 strands, but I'm doing my double crochet right on top of the double crochet. It's just another extra strand on top. I go through that one, and that way is right on top, nice and straight. You see, if I go in here right on top of the stitch, it's knowing the little hole in here, it'll be nice and straight. So you're going to do a double crochet and top of each double crochet, and it's literally in top. You see? You see the little hole that I mean in the side there? That's usually where we put the double crochet. If I open this, you will see, you see that little hole, but I go on top of the stitch, right on top, and here. And I do the double crochet. So you will do a double crochet on top of each double crochet until you get to the last one before the chain 2 space. In the chain 2 space, you're gonna do a double crochet, and that is the increase for this front. You'll chain 2, you'll do another double crochet in the chain 2 space, and that is the increase for the sleeve. And now you'll continue with a double crochet on each double crochet from the round before until you get to the next chain 2 space. And remember, make sure that you don't do any increase in the same stitch. You have to open the stitches in order to see the next one. Go to the last double crochet before the chain 2 space, and the chain 2 space a double crochet, chain 2, and another double crochet in the same space. Now you'll continue with 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet for the back until you get to the last one, and then in the chain space you'll do the increases again. 1 stitch for the back, chain 2, and 1 stitch of increase for the shoulder. I did the first increase. Now I have to chain 2. In the same space I will do my increase for the shoulder, a double crochet through a double crochet from the round before until you get to the chain 2 space where you do the increase for the shoulder or a sleeve and the front of the other side. I'm working in the last double crochet before the chain 2 space. Now inside the chain 2 space you're going to do an increase, a double crochet, you're going to chain 2 and another double crochet in the chain 2 space. Now you're going to work a double crochet on top of each double crochet until you get to the first one, that is the chain 3, and in the third chain you're going to do a double crochet. That's the round that we're going to repeat over and over until we have the desired size. So what you do again is you will chain 3, you will turn your work around, and you will work a double crochet through the double crochet from the round before, through the top, not through the main body, the top, until you get to the last one. That was the one that you increased in the round before. And then when you go to the chain 2 space again, you'll do a double crochet inside the chain 2 space, a chain 2, and another double crochet. So you'll be increasing another stitch, one for the front and one for the shoulder. See, you work until this one, and then one in the center, chain 2, another stitch in here for the increase, a double crochet on top of each double crochet until you get to the last one. You do a double crochet in the last one, a double crochet in the chain 2 space, chain 2, another double crochet in the chain 2 space, a double crochet on top of each double crochet for the back. You do the last one, and then again you do the increase in the chain 2 space, chain 2, another in the chain 2 space, because that's the increase for the shoulder, and then you'll do the same in here for the other side of the front. Like that, you're going to continue with your increases until you have the desired size for you. So that's what I've done in this piece for me. Let me pull this, that way I don't lose my work. You see, I continue with the increases. And it will look like this. So for mine, I will continue the round or the row that I did. So I did 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. So now in number 13 I'm gonna separate my work. So we're gonna separate the body. I don't want to pull the yarn and start undoing my work. So I'm gonna separate the body and the sleeve in here. Remember, you have to try this on yourself and your shoulders and to see if that's the right size for you. I'm gonna chain 3, turn my work around, and I'm gonna work again a double crochet on top of each double crochet until I get to the one before the chain 2 space. And again exactly the same through that stitch and the top. That way they are nice and straight. So I'll meet you here at the chain 2 space. Look how nice this looks when you work your stitch, one double crochet on top of each double crochet. It will give you a nice and straight line, a much better look to your crochet pieces. So now we are at the chain 2 space. You're gonna do a double crochet in the first chain, inside the first chain. I'm gonna chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, yarn over. You're gonna come here to the next chain 2 space, and you're gonna go to the second chain. So you're gonna do a double crochet in the second chain, and this side, and the first one, and this part at the back, and the second one. Okay, now you're gonna come to the first double crochet and you're gonna do your double crochet on top of that one, and you're gonna continue working a double crochet on top of each double crochet until you get to the next chain 2 space. We're working in the back now. And the opening will look like this. We're gonna do the same in this second part of the piece. We are at the chain 2 space, yarn over. You're gonna do a double crochet in the first chain space of 2. You're gonna chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, yarn over. And when you do the yarn over, if you keep your finger there holding those loops, these don't get bigger, because if you let it go to look for the other one, this one and here by the needle will get bigger and give you the space of almost 2 chains under the arm. Okay, so you go to the next chain 2 space, and then the second one, you skip the first chain, go to the second, and do your double crochet. And you see, this is a regular size there. And then you go to the first double crochet, do your double crochet, and continue with a double crochet on top of each double crochet until you get to the chain 3, and then in the third chain, and here you'll do your double crochet. So I'll work until then, and then I will show you what to do next. And this is the second sleeve. I tried it on after I finished that row, and so far so good. It fit perfect, but I don't know for sure until I do a few more rounds of the body. That way I know if it worked for the body size. Okay, so far so good. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna work on the body of the piece, and I'm gonna start with a chain of 3 again, turn my work around, and we're gonna continue doing what we've done so far. A double crochet through every double crochet from the round before, or the row before. So I used to work on the round that from the row before until we get to the chain 4 space, and I will show you how we're going to work in there, and then you'll continue with your piece. We're going to work on the 4 chain space, and you have to make sure that you find your 4 chains, because you'll see here beside this double crochet what it look like a chain space, but that is part of the double crochet, so you have to count 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you go to the first one and do your first double crochet of 4. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you go to the top of the double crochet and here, and you do your double crochet and a double crochet and top of each double crochet until you get to the chain 4 space again, and your piece start to look like this under there. I'm going to work in the next chain 4 space, so I will do 4 double crochet, 1 on each chain space. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4, a double crochet in the first double crochet, and a double crochet on each double crochet on top until you get to the last, that is a chain 3. You will do a double crochet in the 3rd chain, and then you're done the first row of your body. So I finished that row, and I already tried doing 4 rows of 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet, but I need more room around my chest. So what I'm gonna do, instead of increasing stitches, I'm gonna increase already the size of the hook to an 8 millimeter. I will try those 4 rows, and if it works, I will let you know, and then we'll continue with the 8 millimeter. And so don't do anything, just let me try, and I'll let you know if it works without doing any increases to stitches. I finished those 3 rows, and the size is perfect for me. I don't need to increase the stitches, just by increasing the size of the hook was enough. So I'm gonna work with the 8 millimeter hook. The stripe, they are not even, but I like it. It looks really nice, it looks cool. Maybe you don't like the way it looks like this, so what I recommend is you divide the colors in different little balls and work your piece, the stripe as you like. That's too much work for me, so I like the look of this uneven symmetrical piece. So if this is not enough for you, big enough and not enough the size for your chest, what I recommend for you to do increases. So try it on, do those 4 rows just by changing the side of the hook from the last 3. And if the sleeve opening is big enough, leave it like that with the 4 chain, and do the increases on the stitches. So after you divide your piece, and chain number 1 of the 4, you will do 1 double crochet, and the second you will do 2 double crochet, and the third one 2 double crochet, and then the fourth one 1. You increase 2 stitches here. You will do the same in the other side. If that is not enough, you can do more increase as you work in the rows or to follow. But like I said, for mine it's perfect. I like it this way. I'm gonna work a double crochet on top of each double crochet until my waistline, and then I will meet you here when it's time to change to the bigger size hook, to the 9mm. That way you know how many rows I did for mine, okay, before I do that change. So far I've done 16 rows with the 8mm crochet hook, and I love the size. So far so good. I'm not planning to change to a 9mm so far. This is the first ball of yarn still. So probably with 2 you will have for your cardigan. Don't quote me on that because I'm getting ahead of myself, because I don't know for sure if with 2 is enough after I give that a nice length and then do the sleeve. But so far so good. Remember, the first one was done with the 7mm, the rest with the 8, and I really like the size so far. So I'll continue working with the 8mm and let you know if I change it later on. I finished the length that I want for mine, and I did 30 rows, so back and forth 30 of them. And I will give you the measurements, that way you know the measurement. And inches are 17.5 inches, and those 17.5 inches are like 45 centimeters long, okay? So now off camera I'm gonna work in one of the sleeves, and I'm gonna write down everything that I do in one. That way when I show you what I did in this one, I know what to do in the other one, because you have to have both exactly the same. And let me tell you, this is gorgeous, gorgeous yarn, and it feels so soft. It's incredible. So now I'll work on the other sleeve, and I will show you what to do in the other one. Here is my first sleeve. And what I did for this one, I start under the arm and I did 43 stitches. And the second round I decreased that chain, and then I have 42. We have to have even number. And then starting in round 3, I did the first 2 decrease, and then the number 4 I did just 1 stitch on top of each stitch, no decrease. And then in the number 5 I did a decrease. So in one row you do a decrease, and the other one you don't. This is more like a little, like 2 rows longer than a 3/4 sleeve. It's around here, around the length. You will do yours, measure them on yourself. It's easy to measure because it's an open sweater. So for mine I did 25 round, and I end up with 28 stitches, okay? So we're gonna start the second sleeve right in the center in here, where we did those 4 chain under the arm. We're gonna start with a slip knot. And I'm going to work in between. You know that we did a chain of 4, so you will have 4 double crochet in between the 2 center one, in between the stitches. You're gonna go and pass your hook through, and you will have 2 strands at the top and 1 at the bottom, and you'll pass the loop. I'm gonna chain 1 with a 2 strand. I will leave now the tail, and I will do my other 2 for a total of 3 chains. Now we're gonna do a double crochet in between these 2 double crochet, because if we do on top of that double crochet, we'll only be grabbing 1 strand and it will be a loose little hole there. So you go in between the 2 stitches and you pass it through, and you'll have 1 strand in the lower and the other one in the top, and the other 2. The same on the other side. I have 3. 1 on top of this double crochet is 4. And now number 5 is in the chain 1 that we left in here. And now you're going to do a double crochet inside each double crochet. Remember, for mine was 43, so that's why I have to do that decrease in round 2 of the chain. Remove the chain, and then after that it will be 2 stitch decrease each time it's a decrease round. Okay, so like this you're going to continue working a double crochet inside each double crochet. And remember, you have to keep count of what you do in the first sleeve, that way you can do exactly the same in the second one. I did the last double crochet. I have 43, counting the chain 3. Now we have to decrease to have 42 in the next, for the next round. So what I'm gonna do, and instead of do the slip stitch on the third chain, I'm gonna do the slip stitch on the first double crochet, not on top of the 2 strand, but inside that stitch, like we're doing so far, like so. Now you will chain 3, and you will do a double crochet on top of each double crochet or inside double crochet, and counting the chain 3 you will have 42. That if you did 43 like me in the first round, but if you do 42 you don't have to do that decrease. You'll have the slip stitch on top of the third chain. Okay, so at the end here you're going to finish on top of this last double crochet. So do your 42 double crochet and I will meet you here. I'm going to finish here with the slip stitch on the third chain. Now in round 3 we're going to do the decrease of 2 stitches, and the 2 decreases we're going to do at the end, because we're going to do the last 2 together, and then the slip stitch, and instead to be in the third chain, going to be on top of the first double crochet, and that way we decrease the 2 stitches. So you're going to do your 3 chains, a double crochet, on top of double crochet until the last 2. That you're going to do them together and decrease the chain. So that will be the 2 stitches. So in this round we do the decrease, and the next one you'll do one on top of each other, and that will be 40 stitches left. I'm about to finish that third round. So we have 2 double crochet before the chain, so we're going to decrease those 2 to 1. You're going to go to the first one, you're going to do a double crochet without finishing, like that. And the next one, you're going to do the other double crochet. You have 3 strands, you're going to close those 3 strands, and like that you decrease to 1. And the next round you'll do 1 stitch on top of those 2. And here to do decrease at the beginning, what you're going to do is you're going to skip the chain 3, and you're going to go to the first double crochet. Inside the double crochet you're going to do your slip stitch, and like that you decrease 1 stitch at the beginning and 1 at the end. Now you're going to chain 3, you're going to do a double crochet on top of each double crochet until you get to the end, where you're going to do 1 double crochet and between those 2 double crochet, and that will be, you see these ones here, as you look, and between these 2 and that strand in between you're going to pass it through, and you're going to just pull 1 double crochet, and in this round, that is number 4, you will have 40 double crochet. So I'm going to end this round, and then here where you did a decrease in the round before, you're going to go in between those 2 stitches, you're going to pass your hook, and you will do 1 double crochet on the top. You go to the third chain and you do your slip stitch, and you finish round 4. Now for round 5 you're going to do the decrease again, and remember the decrease, you do the decrease at the end. So you will chain 3, and you will do a double crochet in the first double crochet and a double crochet on each double crochet until the 2 last stitches that you will do the decrease and the decrease in here. So I work a decrease and then a regular round, and then a decrease and a regular round. So I did that until round 13 was the last decrease. In 14 I worked 30 stitches for 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 19 I did another decrease, and then with 28 stitches I worked 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. So that's the sequence of my decrease, and they all exactly the same. So remember, this is round 5, you will do a decrease, and round 6 you will have 38 stitches, so you do 38 stitches, and number 7 you will do a decrease, and number 8 you will have 36 stitches, in number 9 you will do a decrease, and number 10 you will have 34 stitches, and number 11 a decrease, and number 12 you will have 32, in number 13 you will do a decrease, and at number 14 you'll have 30 stitches left. You will work 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18, the 30 stitches, and number 19 you'll do a decrease, and then you'll have only 28 stitches left, and you'll work 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25 with 28 stitches. That was what I did on this sleeve. Okay, so continue this round doing a double crochet and top of each double crochet. At the end I will show you how you're going to do the decrease, and from there you can continue working the decreases and the rounds. Okay, I'm at the end at this round, and you see I had 2 double crochet, and here is where the chain 3 is. So I'm going to do a decrease between those two. I'm going to do a double crochet that I'm going to finish. I had 3 loops with a yarn over, or 2 loops and a yarn over. I'm going to do a double crochet. I have 3 loops. I'm going to close those 3, and I'm going to skip the chain 3, and I'm going to go to the first double crochet. Inside that double crochet I'm going to do my slip stitch, and like that I decrease my 2 stitches. Okay, so now you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to come here to the double crochet, and you're going to do a double crochet and another double crochet in the next one, and you're going to continue doing a double crochet on each double crochet until you get to this decrease. Remember, at the top you will have 2 strands like that. If you do the double crochet and here you'll have a hole, but if you go under in between those 2 stitches you'll be doing a perfect stitch. You'll do your double crochet there, a slip stitch on the 3rd chain, and then you'll have that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, number 6, that you'll have 38 stitches, and number 7 decreased, number 8 36 stitches, number 9 decreased, and so on. Remember to write in a piece of paper everything that you do in the first sleeve, that way you do the same for the second one. I'm going to continue working in this one on my own, and I will show you the result when I finish this sleeve. This is row 25. I finished that one, chain 1, cut my yarn, and now what you have to do is lose your tails, and remember the other sleeve you have to do exactly the same as this one. Once you finish it will look like this, and I wish you can touch this, how soft this sweater or cardigan look. It's amazing. So this is the leftover that I have from those 2 balls of yarn. So depend on the size that you're making and the length that you give to yours, you'll have with 2 balls. I have enough here if I want to give my cardigan an extra 4 or 5 row, but for me it's long enough like this. So it's not that short neither. So now what I have left is to sew the buttons, and I have 6 of these. The color match a little bit some of the colors in here, so I don't know how we're gonna do it yet, but once I sew my buttons and I finish, I will put it on my mannequin and I will show you the end result. Any of these spaces between 2 double crochet can be used as the buttonhole. Okay, well, this is the end result, and I placed 4 buttons and they are spaced by 6 round. Like you see, it's very easy to do and very beautiful. And I hope you guys like it, and give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And if you make this cardigan or sweater and you want to send me some picture, you can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Stedman Crochet, or my Instagram, Ruby Stedman Crochet. Please share my video with friends and family, that way you help me grow here in YouTube. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.